ladies, let's talk about one of the most powerful moves you'll ever master after 50, and that's the bent lift. It's also called the deadlift, and it's not just a gym exercise, it's how you safely pick up grandkids, groceries, or even your suitcase at the airport. Now, besides the squat, where we go to the toilet, this move is one that we do countless times a day. Now, if you love the garden, you're doing it non-stop. You're pulling weeds out, you're bending over, you're pulling weeds, and then you're also lifting up big pot plants and moving them around your garden. So this works the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. And we need to get that move just right before we load it. Let's have a look. Now, before we even start the deadlift under load, let's see how you go if we lean forward, slight bend in those knees, hips are back. How do you feel there? Do you have any pulling, grabbing, aching? Do you do it okay without restriction? If so, you're probably great to go ahead and start the deadlift moves. You may find that you do have restrictions there, and you may need to start to pick up your weight. Today I'm doing my deadlift with a kettlebell, not a barbell, and you may need to start yours with a higher up, so on a load table or a pile of books, so we start it from here if you can't get right down towards the floor and you have some restrictions there. So let's have a look at how we do this deadlift. Now, before you start that deadlift under load, it's great to have a rod. You can have a broomstick, a mop stick, and this should touch my head, my shoulders, and my hips. Now, as I come forward into my deadlift and I lean forward, I should find that that stick stays there. Now, if I let my weight that is in my hand pull me forward, I'm going to be feeling this in my lower back. So if you let that weight round you forward, then you're going to be feeling some pain, discomfort in your lower back. That's not ideal. So we want to be able to come down and up the same way. So as we come down, these hips come back. We're not trying to take this into a squat, so we're not trying to come low there. We just got a slight bend in those knees, and we're doing a lean forward. Now, if you've got quite a bit of curvature in your lower back like me, I have got to be very careful when I get down here that I don't poke this bum back even more. So if you can have a look at that, I don't want to take that bum, those hips back even further and make this curvature even more. So I just need to straighten out that curvature a bit so that I'm not placing stress on my back. So making sure that if you do, when you come down here, you're not trying to poke back, tilt those hips further than what they need to. So we're going to look at some ways, the correct way now of being able to take that weight down and bring it back up. And today I'll be using some kettlebells instead of a barbell. So doing my deadlift today, I'm going to be using a kettlebell. I've already determined that yes, I can hinge without any restrictions, so that's fine. So as we'll talk about breath in a moment, I want to show you the form first. So I'm going to come forward, taking my hips back and leaning forward from my hips. So this is a real lean forward with my chest still staying up, so I'm not letting my chest drop. I'm also trying to make sure I don't arch my back too far back, so I'm maintaining just a little tuck in under those hips, and my arms are staying close to me. So think about a little plum under each armpit. So as I come down from my weight, I've got my arms close to me, my shoulder blades are back together. And as I pick that weight up, my arms will stay close to me, my glute cheeks will squeeze as I stand up, and I'm just going to stand up nice and tall. Now, as we pick up our weight and coming up, it's like we're going to push the ground away from our feet. So it's like we're trying to push the earth away from our feet rather than doing the pull from the arms. So the arms are not trying to do the pull, because then we can overuse the back and underuse the legs and glutes that we're trying to use. So as I pick up this weight, I'm going to bring it up. My armpits are staying close, and I squeeze my glutes when I get to the top. Now let's have a look at the way we breathe. So before I even pick up my weight, I'm going to take a nice big breath in. As I hold it in for a moment, I'm going to pull my core on, and as I come down a little, breathing out through pursed lips, just to hold, maintain the integrity of my core. And as I come down here, my hips are out, I can feel my hamstrings working, and from here I'm going to grab, going to take a breath in and pull my core in, And there's as I come up, I'm pushing the ground away from me and standing all the way up with a nice squeeze. Breathe in again, cool my core on, and coming up again. Squeezing as I come up. So it really is just that hinge forward from the hips, and then we're coming up again. So that is our standard deadlift. Now we can look at the variations on that. Let's have a look at a sumo deadlift. Now a sumo squat is great when you've got instability of your knees. I had a very sore knee when I was practicing at a course that I was doing, and I needed to do some deadlifts, and my knee just could not do the conventional deadlift. So I went wider with my legs, and it was a heap better, so much better, because I was able to use these adductors at the same time. So it made my deadlift a lot easier. It will be the same thing again. We'll have this between our feet. We will come down like we did before. Our knees are slightly turned out. We'll grab our weight and then we'll press and squeeze as we come up. Coming in, taking it down again, a little breath in, and then pulling that core on and down, and then coming up again. You may wonder where to put that head. That head generally stays in line with the body. You're not trying to have the head up here. You're not trying to have the head down there, but in line with the body. So the eyes looking slightly ahead, but still doing the squeeze of those glutes as we come up. Let's look at some other variations. And then we can have one leg and one leg. So just staying on one leg, same thing, just trying to reach those hips back and then coming up. And then if we've got a weight, I normally would hold that weight in the leg that goes back. Great, so just again, trying to take it right back. And if you prefer to, you can have a hand on a chair or the wall so that you can stay more stable. But much the same thing, it's just that that leg comes back behind you, so we're in a one-legged squat instead. Now this is just a one-armed one. Again, we're going to start with this in between. So a one-arm one will be just one arm we bring up. We come forward. Great. And again, we're going to take it over to the other side and the same thing again. If you see me from the side, it's exactly the same as it is with two arms, but I'm doing one arm. And with one arm, we're going to try and stay straight. We're not moving side to side with that, coming down and coming up. Now from here, we can actually take this by our side. This is a suitcase hold, and this is a one-armed one. So from here, we're going to be doing the same thing, trying not to let this take us side to side, but we're just coming straight up. We're doing that hinge forward and coming up. This makes our core work even harder because we have to manage just taking one side. Now this is a great one. If you go to the airport a lot, and you know how many times you go to an airport, maybe overseas, and you have to walk out and go up some stairs. I've had to do that a few times when I've arrived in Melbourne airport. And so you want to be able to lift up your bag fine and do it with good form. So from here and coming up, squeezing those glute cheeks as we come up. Now, if we want to have another way of doing that, we can take two weights, and it can be the same thing. So we're bringing this down either side and bring it up. Great. Oh, that suitcase hold. Good. And so these stem from the outside of our feet, but we can also be taking these from the inside of our feet as well. So if you're at home, you're doing your workout at home, you may opt to have, and you've got a bigger weight and a smaller weight, you may have a bigger one in one arm, smaller one in the other, and you'll just rotate them around so you actually can use both. It's going to make that deadlift a lot harder because you've got more weight. So just thinking about keeping those arms nice and close to you and pulling up, and each time squeezing those glutes. Well done. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do a workout incorporating all those different types of deadlifts and incorporating a few other moves into it, just so we don't do deadlifts the whole time. Let's have a look at what we can do at home for a simple workout. Okay, we're going to start with our first one here, and we're going to take our one arm. So standing up nice and tall, this armpit is staying right by my side, squeezing those shoulder blades together and leaving that core on, having that core activated as we go down and then activated as we come up. Great. Making sure we don't have too much of curvature, don't want to poke it back out, so a little tuck in under with those hips as well. We're going to change the other arm and I change it, start with it in between my legs. Lovely, grabbing it and squeezing those glutes as we come up. Good. Well done. Good. Don't want your body to rotate as we're here. So just leaving our body nice and straight. Weight stays close to our feet, kind of slides down our shins. And we're going to take this, and we're going to take it from hand to hand. So right around, leaving some of the handle free as we bring it round. Well done. Whew. Good. I'm leaving this chair there, so when we do our one-legged deadlift, you can hold on if you need to. We're going to take this around the other way. Good. Okay, I'm going to be holding onto the chair while I take a one-legged deadlift. So if you see me from the front, trying to stay nice and stable. A way to hold those hips square on so that we're not rotating is to keep those toes aiming down towards the floor. So rather than out to the side, just aiming those toes towards the floor, so it helps to keep those hips nice and straight. I'm keeping this arm by my side, and this leg in front is doing a lot of work. Slight bend in that leg in front. Oh yeah, we'll be swapping to the other side. Don't hold on if you don't need to, but certainly if you need to, prefer that you get really good form rather than be too unstable. Lovely, good. Great, pushing the earth away from that foot as we come back up. So we're just trying to use that whole leg, and it's pushing through that heel of that foot and feeling the earth being pushed away from that foot. Great. Woo. Good. Can we take this by the base of the horns? And I'm just going to take this from hip to hip. So having my little core pressed in there, just activated, and I'm taking this side to side. Well done. Great. The next one that we're going to be doing is a suitcase hold. So we'll have this down by the side and imagining that we're picking up our bag at the airport. Great. So back to that side hold. Again, don't let yourself be pulled to either side with that. We're doing the same thing here where we come forward and pressing up through those heels. Great. Be squeezing those glute cheeks when we get to the top of that position. Beautiful. Great. You can see me from the side. You can see that I'm not rounding out that back. My arms staying nice and close to my side. Good, we'll change it to the other side. How are you going? Whew, certainly makes your heart rate work because we're doing a lot of lower body work with this one. And when you add a weight to that, then we're doing very much a lot of work because our muscles have to pump that blood all the way around our legs and through our body. So when we do leg work like this, we're actually doing a lot of work. So we're getting our heart rate up at the same time. So I'd prefer to do a deadlift rather than going for a run because I'm doing all this glutes, core, hamstring work that I otherwise wouldn't be doing to the same degree. Now, we're going to do alternate lunges. So I'm just taking a leg back. I'd hold my weight up here and I'm just alternating a lunge back on either side. Good. Great. Her heel goes up at the back and both knees bend. Well done. Woo. Good job. 3 seconds to go. Great. I'm going to be doing a double suitcase hold. So from here, I'm going to be taking these both by my side and coming up, really squeezing those glutes. I need my core on here, or I'm going to feel this into my lower back. Arms stay nice and straight, and we've got those little plums under my armpits. So they're not coming out too far away from these slide right down by my shins, by my tibia, and coming up, squeezing. Okay, the shoulders can come back, but not overly. So just bringing them back and standing up tall. Good. I'm going to be doing a swing. So when you think about this same move here, we're just bringing this weight out to the front. Now, if you don't like this swing, go back around to the one where we went around to your side. Otherwise, it's that same deadlift position, and we're just bringing this out to the front, squeezing our glutes as we drive through. Our arms are just acting as a pendulum. They're not trying to control this. This is all coming through from our hips as we drive through. Great. Now, the next one I'll do is a sumo one. So we're going to go wide legs. We're going to come over and back up. So leaning forward, coming back up. And if that's too easy for you, grab 2. So your choice whether you have 2 here. Now, some of you might have wider legs. Some of you take them in a bit more narrow. You can do it a variety of ways, but we are doing it the same way where we're doing that lean forward, that hinge, and then bringing it up and squeezing. Oh, well done. And that is the end of our workout. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you've learned a little bit today about the hinge position or deadlift position. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.